So layoffs are spreading like wildfire and people are filming themselves getting laid off.
You're gonna hear in the meeting on the calendar. No, then that means I'm gonna die. Someone else is in it. I'm getting fired. Oh my god, I'm getting fired. Hello.
Morning, Jennifer.
Good morning. How are you?
Fine, thank you. I asked who I think you know to join us for this call. She's our HR representative. We've got some updates we'd like to share with you this morning.
Okay.
While we originally believed that we would be integrating, but we've instead determined that it was best for us to refocus the agency. Unfortunately, as you may know, the lack of growth and the decline in our client revenue has negatively impacted our business beyond what we can sustain. And it's forced us to make what are very difficult decisions to eliminate roles within the agency. And this includes the elimination of your role, making today the last day. Please know that it was a very difficult decision.
Okay. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Heather. I wish you the best.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
I've worked in HR recruitment for 6 years, and so I don't want to come off as biased, but I think a lot of times when companies talk about how they're so sorry and how it was a very difficult decision to be made, they're lying. They are just telling you what they think is the nicest way to bring across the fact that they're cutting your role. Companies can also choose to reduce profits in order to keep the staff and keep the people. But of course, we know they're not going to do that because they're for profit and that's what they're in it for. So it wasn't a hard decision. They want to keep their profit, and so you have to go. And that's why company loyalty is not a thing. There is no reason for you to be loyal to a company. There's no reason for you to be staying with a company for years on end, not getting a pay increase. You're working the job of 2 or 3 people. You're working overtime without pay. You are losing your ability to advance in your career because they are holding you down in a certain position that you know you have outgrown. There is no need for you to sacrifice yourself for a company. Number one, they will fire you if they think it is in the best interest of that company. And number two, if you drop down dead today, by tomorrow, or later this evening, your position will be advertised for hire. Do not be so loyal to a company that you are disloyal to yourself.
We may be able to integrate you back into your previous role, but this will be contingent on business conditions, stuff like that. So,
All right.
I'm sorry, Angela.
What about the bereavement time?
Getting paid on that.
Okay.
That is gonna be taken care of already. So.
Okay. Is there anything else that I need to do on my end then?
Are you considering the sales position, or
I have to
for
talk with my Cutler. I'd have to talk with my husband.
So I can give you up until the end of today to consider. So if you want to touch base with me by 5:30.
I mean, I don't know the full context of this conversation, and obviously they would have been talking about it before, and she probably knows everything about what this new position is that they're pitching her. But I don't think she's in the best position to decide on taking a new position by the end of whatever day that is. I think she would at least need about 2 days in order to decide on taking a new position. She's obviously getting fired from a certain position, and if they're offering her another position, it's probably a lower position.
Okay. I'll let you know.
Okay. Sorry, Angela. I'll be here for you. Okay. Okay.
Wow. All right, y'all. Hold on. Oh, I look like a hot mess. Hold on. Okay, just so I look a little more composed. So, wow, my glasses are starting to fog up because I was crying. My job just laid me off. I guess what's crazy about this is I just came from bereavement leave. My grandmother had passed away last week. Oh, gosh. Okay. And it was a little rough, but, we got through it. She lived a great life. And then I come back here Monday morning for work, and I get a sudden meeting from my boss, not expecting this at all.
Getting laid off, fresh off of bereavement leave. It's got to say something to you. Like, you have to really think about the type of people who would do something like that. Like, you have to think about it. And I'm hearing stories of people getting laid off fresh off maternity leave. I'm hearing people getting laid off even while they're on vacation, which is just crazy to me. And again, company loyalty should not even be in your vocabulary right now.
And they tell me that due to the recent economic downturns, they're laying me off. In all fairness, I was one of the higher paid HR people on our TA team. And yeah, that's what they chose to do. So now, I got to figure out something else. I'm not making this video to retaliate, because you know what? I thank God for whatever opportunity is coming next. Everything's going to work out. And I'm grateful for the time that I had at this past employer, now past. I'm grateful for a lot of the things I got to learn, a lot of the things I got to do. And I know now that the Lord is working on my behalf. And yeah, as much as it kind of sucks, I'm excited. So for those of you who have gone through this or are presently going through this, I'm here to support you, and to God be the glory, whatever happens. I'll keep you posted on this journey.
I just got home and I have an email in my inbox letting me know if I got laid off or not. So we're going to read it together. Let me just get inside. The walk to the laptop, the longest walk ever. All right, let's do this. I'm going to set you guys up. So for those that don't know, I work from home and we can ed nonprofit. I'm not going to say a name, but if you search me on LinkedIn, you'll find it. And they're doing layoffs, just like everyone in the world. And originally they said, oh, like, don't worry, your team is fine. Now they're like,
Don't believe it.
No, so let's find out. Dear Stephanie, I'm writing to share that your role as blah, 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 blah has been eliminated in the organizational transformational process. Oh my gosh, right?
Wow.
Due to organizational shifts, your FY23 role has been eliminated and there's no offer available. They're committed to helping me find my next role. How great. Again, I'm not sad. I'm disappointed.
First of all, getting laid off via email, and that email sounded like AI wrote that email. That didn't even sound like a real human being sat down, thought about this decision, and is telling you about this unfortunate news.
Hello. Hey Donald, how are you?
Good, Dan. How are you?
I'm good. Good. I don't know if we've met before. Thanks for reading us today. I can't remember if we've met in a previous time. I don't know that we have, but I'm a partner in our technology and transformation practice. I've asked Sheena here from our people team to join us too. I'm assuming you're in a spot where you can talk here for a bit.
Yeah. I have time.
Yeah, good. Well, so you may have heard over the past several months we've been working to transform areas of the firm, and align our workforce to really kind of accelerate our business strategy. And as consulting business, it's important for us to kind of remain competitive and position ourselves for the future. And so this exercise that the firm's going through it's involved a lot of moving talent and skill sets to the right areas where we need them the most. And it's also required us to make some tough decisions that do impact the workforce. And unfortunately, as a result, after a lot of careful consideration, your role is being eliminated, and that employment ends on October 18th, and we'll obviously handle notifying all the relevant team members and other stakeholders as we need to. And I just I maybe the kind of wanted to tell you here and just give you that heads up on that. And I understand it's difficult and I do want to thank you for all you've done for your time at PwC, and Jody here will go through all the details of kind of offboarding and next steps and be able to answer any questions you have. And obviously we'll
I just had a thought. Imagine you're in one of these meetings and you're getting laid off, and instead of you being sad, you're like, yes, and just throw them for a loop. I know, I know. It's crazy, but imagine doing something like that. Like, because everybody's like, oh, I understand how sad this might be for you. I understand it's really sad. It's really sad. But what they're really saying is, we got to cut something and we're not going to cut our profits. So we're going to cut you.
Yeah, this is not the news you want to get on your second day. Day 2 of my new job. And I have a quick chat in 2 minutes with an executive in HR. So I might be getting laid off on my second day.
Hi, Rosemary.
Hi.
Hi, I don't even met yet. I'm Anne. I've been a people team. So you met Greg Russell, I think, quite a bit. So Greg is up in my organization. I've also asked Kyle to join us. He should be joining right now. I've asked him to be here, primarily to be, here for you as your witness, and for another conversation. I have to tell you, I'm extremely regretful that we're having coaching. I know you just started, and unfortunately, we've had a lot of conversation happening right up until the last minute about the changes within the organization. I'm sorry to say that your roles has been impacted. We had a really short window sort of between your start date and this decision, and we felt it was better to have you start and have access to health insurance and kind of all of the benefits that
No.
Starting.
They're trying to spin it to make it sound like they hired her for her best interest when they made a terrible company decision within the time that it took for her to get onboarded to her first 2 days. That is manipulative and definitely unethical behavior from this company. Like, if I was with this company, I would not go back for any reason, because I could not trust their ability to make decisions that would be good for me as a person and not just hire me knowing that there's a strong possibility that I could get fired. How about push her start date further back so that if it is that you do not need that role for whatever reason, you did not hire her in the first place. But no, it was such a selfish decision to keep her, knowing that her position could be impacted. And maybe she just had a terrible 2 days and they just want to get rid of her and give her this story. But either way, definitely unethical behavior.
Organization versus just reading the offer. So I apologize. I know it was very shocking and difficult, but I hope we can kind of work through this together, and I'll be available to you as well as Greg. Hopefully, in any way.
Okay.
I know your situation is quite different, so anything we can do to be supportive, please let us know.
No.
This is an incredibly difficult situation. I appreciate everything you've contributed and really just how thoughtful you were for this as well.
Thank you. Yeah, this is not the news you want to get on your second day, because this has been so unexpected.
I would really appreciate a full 2 months. So I'm wondering if there's any way that I can get 2 extra weeks of pay. I will. I don't have an answer for that, but I'm noting that down. Take that into consideration and have conversation about that and let you know.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Rosemary.
Thank you.
Thank you, sorry.
I received an email from my boss's boss that we have to have an emergency mandatory meeting today, and HR was CC'd on it. Are we getting laid off? I am so scared because I've never been laid off before. I don't know if they're going to give us like severance packages. Like when you get laid off, do they say it's like immediate or you work for till the end of the month? I don't know how this works. Like, this cannot be happening. This was not on my bingo card for 2025. Like, I'm supposed to be buying a house this year. Like, this was my first job after leaving my toxic marriage. I was a stay-at-home mom for 4 years. Like, I don't see why they just can't give me a severance package for 3 to 6 months. Because, I mean, they're not going to be paying my $100,000 salary. What they going to do with the money? Just give it to me so that I can be able to make it go through and last a little bit until I can find a job. Do you know how long it took me to find a job? Do you know how long it takes to find a job with a master's degree? I know it's diabolical that we can't get a job in 2 days. But this, oh my God, I'm so nervous. And then the only way I make extra income is here on TikTok and with digital products. Now TikTok about to be gone. Supreme Court meeting today. What? Oh my God. Jesus. I want to just cry, but I can't. And I don't want my kids to know. Because when I was going through my divorce, I had to get on food stamps and I had to go to the church line to get food. Like, we were in poverty. Like, I don't want to go back to that. I don't want to go back to poverty. I'm not crying over here. I gotta go. Let's pray they don't ban TikTok. And I guess I'm gonna start, creating content on YouTube. So follow my YouTube. It's in the link in my bio. I guess it's just I said I wanted to be a full-time content creator, but I need my job to buy a house.